All right, so tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Well, my name is Jonathan.
And I'm Daniela.
So I just want to start by saying this is kind of crazy that I'm now standing here because that was me. I know everyone says it, but like actually being here, you never imagined that I would be standing here. I was sitting there. I was actually taking the course with you, Dave.
Was he pretty good?
No, it was actually great because this is how I've been now through all of this, the course, the training, and now I'm standing here. So just, I want to start by giving all of you a round of applause for being here today because that's where it starts. But to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm an engineer, so the numbers, a computer guy all day, sitting down.
Are there any other engineers or IT people? That's your crowd of nerds. Notice they don't clap. They don't clap or anything. They're like in a little box.
And now I'm a self-employed IT consultant.
And so I am a physical therapist, and so I know there's at least one physical therapist out there, so yay. So we joined Lifestyles a little bit over a year ago, so now here we are.
Here we are. Yeah. And we both love to travel and eat, obviously.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
When we travel to eat, not to sightsee.
But you must not eat at all when you're here because you guys don't look like you.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So yeah, tell us about why you joined Lifestyles.
Yes, so we joined Lifestyles because it was something that I've always wanted to do. I wanted to be involved and invest in real estate, but I was always being an engineer, being extra conservative, being that person that is like, I don't even gamble. So it's just like any kind of risk, I'm like, no. Even the 401k was like a big deal. So to me, the biggest thing for Lifestyles is having the mentorship and the education because a lot of people can just go and buy a house, but, as you learn through your journey of all the different things that come with purchasing an investment home, not just like your resident home, you start to realize that having like that shoulder to lean on and having that mentorship, that education will make you succeed, faster and with less risk at the end of the day.
Cool.
Awesome. All right, and here's that first property that y'all bought.
Oh man, they always say you never forget your first. This is my first home. I'll tell this at the end, but I'm working with Danny for my second one. But this is my first one. I'll never forget Moreno Street.
So how did you find this one real quick?
So through the Lifestyles Realty, if you're a member, you get this email, so you really don't have to do much.
And who sent this one out?
Sid.
Where's Sid?
Okay.
Sid here? I thought I saw him. Yeah, he's back there.
Go.
There he is. He's way back
Let's
there.
go.
There you go. Hey, by the way, he's Captain America. You just don't know it.
Yeah, and I actually, as part of the Lifestyles, you also have a thing called single family road trips where you kind of go and see like the process of purchasing an investment home. And that actually helped a lot. That's where I met Sid. And after that, we became friends. And now he helped me find this one. But to me, it was a little bit scary because, you go and see these like road trips houses and you're like, oh my God, are we like, you see them, it's all messed up. And
You smell them.
yeah, that too.
The smell of money is cat pee. Write that down.
Yeah.
You get to see, touch. We don't
All
recommend
of
you
it.
taste.
Yeah, and as you can see in the pictures, like it's just, you'll see more, but right, even from the outside, you see all these trees, like you cannot even see the front of the house.
Yeah.
The first time he showed me Trina, we pulled up, and I said, "Are you sure? Are you positive?" But ended up turning
Let's
into
put our
What
life
is it?
savings in this one.
Yeah, what a transformation though, and we've got several pictures of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's another one of
Look
the
at that.
exterior. We've got some of the interior.
Yeah, and you
too.
couldn't really see that before because when you go and kind of walk the property and it's like, oh, this is not bad, and then they take the trees out,
like,
and then
whoa.
surprise!
But you didn't get
When
up
you
there.
shave the butt beard, yeah, it looks different.
But you didn't have to go fix any of it yourself.
No,
but
not at all.
What a great look at that.
Yeah, and even that, you see all these little things that you're like, okay, and it's like, is this gonna look nice? Like, look at this.
Yeah.
It's just, and this is kind of crazy because to me, to my wife, it was also impressive because this house was originally a 3-1. And then we turned it into 3-2, and that's what the picture that you see here. Our GC was absolutely amazing. That it just out of nowhere just turned into, oh, there's a bathroom.
Well, I can tell he's a good GC because he uses Milwaukee tools. He didn't use Ryobi or.
All right, the numbers.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, the famous
See, the
numbers.
engineer got excited. See, he got excited. He said the word numbers. He peed a little bit.
So let's talk about the hard money appraisal and how that all went, and then what happened in the end here.
Yes. So I purchased this property through 2 loans. One is a hard money loan, and then I refinanced into a conventional loan. So the original hard money loan, just like the conventional loan, requires an appraisal. And I did the appraisal, and it actually came lower than what we had originally calculated. So that's kind of like the first hit right there. I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen with this? My first house, and it's just like already lower. So I was kind of flipping a little bit, not going to lie. I was really nervous. But then, surprise, surprise, when I refinance, my appraisal came $25,000 higher. So I was like, let's go.
Because now if you want to understand what it is we have what's called a scope work. I'm going to do all this work. If I do all this work, it's going to be worth this amount. You understand? Yeah. Now, if he wouldn't have done it right, meaning not him, but his contractors, and wouldn't have brought up that beautiful level, it wouldn't appraise at that level. So it's best product, best price at a particular price point. So he followed the map and did it excellently. So give him a hand because
Thank you.
It worked out.
Yes, we many hours on the phone talking through the whole.
Yeah, you guys the mentors spend 4 times more time with an engineer than anybody else.
And she will attest to that. She's like, Nicole, we got to chat.
But and I remember you were really disappointed and thinking your returns were not going to be great. But looking at what we have here, like let's talk about what these returns are. That equity capture.
Yeah, no, and when she was talking about it's like my first the harmony, when I was like, oh my God, like this is just not gonna work. Like it's just not gonna work. But then
I just want to explain something. Let's say his cash out of pocket. That's how much money he had to come up with, 45 grand, right? And he said his appraisal was 25 grand different. So his 45 grand would have only turned into 25 grand. He would have only made 100% return. He was all upset.
I was.
But when it came in higher,
it
the
was a
45
tough
turned to 73. That's 162%. Who'd be okay with that? Give him a hand. That's huge.
Yeah, we are okay with that too. So it was just like that, being nervous, but then at the end of the day, 45 out of pocket and then equity capture 73. It just blew my mind that it is real. It is possible. It's attainable. You saw it with Nick. You saw it with us. You'll see it with other people. And that's just the biggest thing about joining. This is the best decision that we've
And remember at the beginning of the night, I started the speech off going, what a house cash flow? $200 to $600. So again, this guy's at 350. They're right around the same 8 to 30% return. Now, why are people seeing? We used to see this would be a higher number last year, right? Why is it a lower number this year? Anybody guess?
Rates.
Insurance rates went. I mean, not insurance. Interest rates went up, right? However, last year when I was teaching, people were making like a 30, 40% capital gains. What are they making this year? Over 100%.
Yeah.
You should be buying every damn property you can this year. Who agrees? You can double your money in every deal. I'm telling you guys, I've been buying like crazy. Now's the time to buy.
Yep.
I buy every year.
Yeah,
But I bought more this year than last year. So
the equity capture is on the way in, though, so that's when you purchase. So that's awesome.
Yep. Oh,
Yes.
go back to numbers quick. It's okay. Okay, why is this the perfect time to buy? I know you're coming to my seminar this morning, so I'll spend about an hour on that to explain why. The reason why, what I just said, because the members are here for a long time, they hear me all the time, and I explain the difference between now and last year. So last year, 2 or 3 numbers switch every year for us. People, when they look at these deals, are going to look at 3 different numbers. So I just want everybody to understand the logic behind this. One thing we're going to look at is cash out of pocket, okay? Because how much money we have to work with. So for the younger crowd, they want the least amount of money out of pocket so they can buy more deals. That's right. Okay? Other people at retirement age, they care about this number. How much money am I putting in my pocket every month because that's retiring me? They want this return to be high. What is cash on cash? So whatever number we have here, they put out, look at it this way, they put 45 grand out to buy the property. That's all the money put out. But they're making $340 a month or $4,000 a year. So if you take $4,000 divided by 45,000, That's 9% annualized. You follow me? It's a rate of return of the amount of money you have coming in versus the amount you invested. So let's say we bought a CD for $45,000 and it paid 9% a year. You'd make $4,000 a year in your pocket from the CD. Does that make sense? Just trying to change around. The other number people are looking at is equity capture. This is what makes you wealthy or rich. My goal is to double our money in every deal. So if they take $45,000, okay, I want them to double it. Well, $73,000, that's their money back plus an extra 73 grand. It's over 100% return.
So he screwed up. He made too much.
Yeah, he made too much. Remember what I said? I want you to double your money. He made over 100% return. Now, you take your stock portfolio. Are we making 100% on every deal? But yet we are in real estate. But I want you to slow it down one more step. How many ways do we make money in real estate? All we're showing you here is just 2 ways. There's 3 more ways. He's not paying any taxes on this. I can't explain that tonight. He's also has principal payouts. So every time the renter's paying rent, they're paying that mortgage. You're building up equity that way as well. And you know what's going to happen to this property next year? It's going to go up 10% in value. So this property is going to be worth $440 next year. Off another 45 grand, that's almost another 90% in 1 year.
They'll be able to sell this property and buy 3 to 4 more with the equity. Really, you could probably buy 3 with the actual equity you have.
And
in it
that's
right
what I
now.
teach you. Buy, hold them a little period of time, and I'll teach that in the seminar, and double up and do it again and again. You don't win Monopoly by buying one house and keeping it forever and paying it off free and clear like some idiots in the room that don't listen to me.
How long did it take you to do the rehab?
The question was, how long did it take you guys to do rehab?
It took 9 weeks to do the rehab.
Yeah, it was a pretty big project.
It was.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
You
cool.
get it rented.
Yes, yes.
Right, yeah.
It's rented, so that it just feels great that you know, when you hear all in the education and the paper, but then you actually see in live that is actually happening, that's the turning point.
Okay.
So did you get the rent before your first payment too?
So I got the rent before the refinance payment. So when I got the rent,
Give him a hand. Man, we're batting 1,000 tonight. You guys are pretty good as mentors. Actually listening.
All right. So how has Lifestyles changed your life?
so it has been life-changing because, like I was telling you earlier, it's just me taking risk and knowing when to purchase, what to purchase, how to purchase, and just being able to have that mentorship, the education to be able to do it right. To me, that was life-changing because, you know, I've been talking about doing real estate for like what?
Long time.
10 years. But it wasn't not until I
It
joined.
only took him 10 years ago.
I didn't have
separate.
lifestyles. That's why.
I
didn't
get
have
it, I get it.
lifestyles.
And you're a little bit of a type B. I mean, you're a lot of a type
Yes.
B. But
When I talk about type Bs, just think of him tomorrow when you're my seminar.
Nicholas, send me an
Oh,
email
Saturday.
with your numbers, and I do all this Excel sheet of everything. Yep.
Where's this a picture from real quick?
Oh,
We were in Iceland.
Iceland.
That was in Iceland, February of
cool.
last year. Yeah.
yeah, we hiked the glacier.
Yep.
That's
Glacier-
awesome.
glacier hike.
You are experiencing life. That's good.
Yes. Yes.
yes. Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
The question is, now that you're all done, you got the renter there, how much time are you spending on the house now?
Right now,
Yeah.
like a minute a week or something, just to kind
A
of.
minute a week. Is that okay to make $400 a month? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's mostly now just like, hey, is everything good? Yeah. I was like,
Yeah, and
cool.
when you're like me, you don't do that anymore, okay? That's when you're new. Is everything good?
All right. Let's go through your goals.
So
You got-
our goals, the short term will be to buy 4 to 5 single family homes this year. I'm actually already working with Danny on another deal right now.
Who do you think he's going to accomplish his goal? You think he will? Give him a hand. I know he will. Once you do one, it's easy.
Oh yeah. Now it's just like, and we do it together. It's kind of funny
Good,
because
yeah,
we
it's
put it in
family
the
thing, yeah.
screen and look at it.
Our Friday nights now consist of cash flow and rehab costs. So that's what we do on a Friday
See,
night.
I told you. I ruined their careers and they ended up in rehab. And they love it. They didn't even lose any teeth.
And for the long-term goals is to move into multifamily, and then become a lead, and what is it? The IRO as well.
Yep, that's buying an apartment by yourself. Cool. Love that.
How
Very
long
cool.
did it take you?
Hold on. We got to take turns. You can't ask every question, Sharon.
All right, who's on your team?
So in my team, I do want to first of all thank everyone in my team, but my mentors, Nicole, Brandon, and Adrian, because I really talked to everyone. They taught me different ways on how to make this work, and I was like, hey, Nicole, hey, Brandon, hey, Adrian, what will you do? And I send emails all the time, so it was just like, I'm sure they get tired of me, but they've been great. Sid helped me find my deal that made these numbers happen, my first deal. And then the vendors, my GC, REA Solutions, absolutely amazing, turning a bathroom out of nowhere. Greenworks for the inspection, and then Texas Independent for my insurance, and then Searchers Capital for my hard money loan.
So one last thing, I want to ask you the same thing I asked the other folks. Remember when you came through my seminar first time, and I know you were super nervous because you're analytical.
Yes.
What advice would you give the new folks? From your point of view and from yours, because they're two different point of views.
That's true, that's true. So go ahead and go first.
So I would say just don't be afraid to take the plunge. Like you guys had mentioned, the first house can always be the hardest and scariest one because you don't really know what to expect. But I would say just take the plunge and do it. And then after that, each house will come a little bit easier at a time.
Yeah, and she there's nothing else I can say. It's just taking that first jump. You know, it's like when you jump into a pool, you don't know what to expect. Once you
get
take
wet.
it, but once you take that step and you start to realize, you know what, this is possible. And also another tip that I would recommend is, take it step by step. Instead of thinking like, oh my God, I gotta do all these things, the rehab, the appraiser, the refinance. Don't do all of that. Do first step, learn. Second step, okay, find a house. Third step, analyze it. And if you do it step by step rather than looking at the whole picture, it will help you to don't get overwhelmed, because it will be very overwhelming. But step by
What
step.
Jonathan just said is some great advice, because I find this a lot with new people. When they join our mentoring programs or challenge preferred like he did, we have to have checklists for everything. So a person that's analytical, they need a checklist. And this keeps them sane. Who likes that idea? This way it mitigates your risk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Cool. All right.
Awesome.
Questions? Please ask me questions.
We'll take one or two. You want? Okay, Sharon. Now you raise your hand this time. You said shout out. I see you, Sharon. I know you don't see me, but that's okay.
Okay.
You guys don't understand it, but that's okay.
Okay, I wanted to know, did you form your team, with the realtor and the lender and the insurance guy and GC and everything before?
So the question was, I'm going to refrain it because the people online got to hear. So Sharon was asking, did you form your team, the lender, the mentor, everything before you bought your first one, or did you do it as you were going, or how do you do it?
So again, very analytical, very engineer. I do everything step by step, literally. So Dave said, hey, follow this. Nicole said, follow this. So I literally followed it to the T. So I did my education. I completed phase 1 through phase 4 or whatever, and then said, okay, build your team. I built my team. And then not until I built my team, then I was added to the email blast. So
Wow, you sound like Peggy. That was like the best answer ever. Give him a hand.
And then lastly is Dave was like, hey, do not buy your second property until you complete your first one. So that's why now I'm starting to look at my second one, because we just completed the first one.
Man, that's a great student. Good job. Good job. See, I love hearing that, because that way I know the mentor's awesome.
They're amazing. They're amazing, honestly.
All right. So let's give them all a hand. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank
guys.
you.